Good morning, boys and girls. This is Module 2, Lesson 3. I can count by fives and ones on the number line as a strategy to tell time to the nearest minute on the clock. So today we're going to use a number line to help us with time because the clock is a lot like a number line, as you will see. All right, together, let's skip count by fives around the clock. So when we're here at 12, we say o'clock. That's when we turn to a new hour. O'clock, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. 60 minutes makes 1 hour. What time does the clock show? Okay, so if I take a look at where the hour hand is, let me go ahead and get my text box here. If I take a look at where the hour hand is, it is pointing directly at the 4, and my minute hand is on o'clock. So this is a pretty easy one. This one is 4 o'clock. Okay, what time does the clock below show? So let's see. The hour hand is after the 4, between the 4 and the 5, closer to the 4. The minute hand, let's see, o'clock, 5, 10, 15. So that tells me that this clock says 4:15. Okay, complete the number bond below. So remember, a number bond is a part and a part makes a whole, okay? So if I have 10 minutes, how many more minutes do I need to make 60 minutes? So one way I can figure this out is to take my whole and subtract one part. So I could think 60 minus 10 equals, I do my ones place first, 0, 6 minus 1, 50. So this would be 50 minutes because 50 and 10 makes 60. Okay, so same idea here. Complete the number bond below. So our whole is 60 minutes, and we have to take away 45 minutes to see how many we have left. So we can think of that in two different types of ways. We could think of it like 45 plus, oh, sorry guys, let me erase that. I have a new mouse that is like not, it's like a wireless mouse and it's really cool, but it takes a little bit of getting used to. So 45 plus blank equals 60. That's one way we could figure it out. Or we could do 60 minus 45 equals blank. Either way, we're going to get the same answer in these two blanks. So if I want to do 45 plus what equals 60, I could count up by 5. So 45 plus 5 is 50, plus 10 more is 60. So 5 and 10, that makes 15. So my other part would be 15. Okay, now we're going to count by 10 minutes to the hour. So we go o'clock, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Now let me point out, remember what these little guys are? Each one of these represents 1. So if we're at o'clock, we go 01, 02, 03, 04, 05. So don't forget about those little guys that come in between your increments of 5. All right, you can go ahead, pause your screen, practice skip counting by 7s. Okay, pause your screen, practice skip counting by 8s. Pause your screen, practice skip counting by 9s. Remember, it's a good idea to practice skip counting forward and skip counting backwards. So 99, or skip counting backwards by 9 would sound like this: 99, 90, 81, 72. It's good to be able to go forward and to be able to go backward. All right, into our word problems. There are 12 tables in the cafeteria. 5 students sit at each of the first 11 tables. 3 students sit at the last table. How many students are sitting at the 12 tables in the cafeteria? Okay, so let's make a picture to represent this. There are 12 tables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 tables. 5 students sit at each of the first 11. Okay, so I'll use each star to represent a student. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Says they sit at the first 11. So we've done 3. 1, 2, 3, 5. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I've done 9. Now I've done 11. So I did 5 here at each of these, and 3 students sit at the last one. How many students are sitting at the 12 tables in the cafeteria? Okay, so I'm going to use my skip counting for sure, because I can do 5s here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Now I add 3, 56, 57, 58. So my answer here should be 58. That is a 2-step problem. The first thing I did was 11 times 5 to show this. I had 11 groups with 5 in each group. 11 times 5 is 55, plus 3 is 58. Okay, boys and girls, here is where we're going to use the number line. So it says draw tick marks on the number line below to show 0 to 5. So we're going to count by ones from 0 to 5. So 0 is already marked. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we did this. Now count by ones from 5 to 10. So 5 is marked. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 is marked. Okay, we did this. So find 58 on the number line. So what we want you to see here, boys and girls, is that between each of these increments, there are 4 dashes to represent those ones. So let's think about what 58 is between. Well, if I had to check, it's definitely between 55 and 60. So I'm going to go ahead and make the dashes. 56, 57, 58, 59. So let's use a star to mark 58. There it is. So I'm seeing that there are dashes in between these increments, just like on the clock. Every time we see a number, there's still single minutes between those numbers. That's how the number line relates to the clock. Okay, Heather arrived at school this morning at 7:49 a.m. Let's find that number on the number line below. Okay, so let's think about what would 49 be between? Well, if I check down here on my number line, I know that it's between 45 and 50. So let's draw in my minutes. 46, 47, 48, 49. So she arrives at school at 7:49. If we think of this like a clock, we would think of this as 7 o'clock here and 8 o'clock at the 60. So 7:49 is going to be there. So how is a clock similar to a number line? So let's check it out. The number line goes from 0 to 60, right? And so does the clock. Even though we only see numbers up to 12, we know that each of these numbers represents a 5-minute increment. So this actually represents 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So how is a clock similar to a number line? Let's put our text box in. I would say that a clock is similar to a number line because each one shows 60 intervals. Okay. The clock shows 60 minutes. The line shows 60 with segments, but either way, they show all the way from 0 minutes to 60 minutes. Show 48 on the number line, draw 548 on the clock. Okay, so 48 comes between 45 and 50, right? So if I want to draw my minutes, 46, 47, 48, 49, and I will mark 48 with a star. Okay, now let's do it on the clock. 5:48, my hour hand, which is my shorter hand, is going to point to the 5. Now 48, if I'm going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48. I'm going to put this here to give myself a little spot to point my arrow to. So 5:48. Okay, this is the last one we're going to do. Show 14 on the number line and draw 12:14 on the clock. Okay, so 14 is going to come between 10 and 15, right? So 11, 12, 13, 14. I'll use a stamp to mark the 14. And draw 12:14 on the clock. So my hour comes first. So I point my shorter hand at the 12 and my minute hand at the 14. O'clock, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm going to mark it so I know to point there. So my minute hand is going to go there. So both of these are going to show 12:14. Now, I do want to move my 12 over a little bit. It's looked more kind of like it was pointing toward the 11. Let's make sure it's going toward, there we go, right towards the 12. That looks better. All right, boys and girls, now you're going to head off and try this on the exit ticket.